Thank you for the opportunity to discuss the Department of Homeland Security's efforts to prepare small businesses for the upcoming flu season. I'm Bridger McGaw, the Acting Assistant Secretary for the Private Sector Office, and I've held this position since March of this year. As Homeland Security Presidential Directive 5 states, the DHS's role in a pandemic is to act as the principal federal official for domestic incident management. In anticipation of this year's flu season, DHS has worked extensively with our interagency partners to provide H1N1 flu guidance for schools, universities, and businesses. This includes the development of a guide for small businesses. By providing this guidance, DHS is promoting tools that individuals and businesses can use to mitigate the impact of H1N1 and help minimize disruptions in society and the economy. Preparedness is a shared responsibility of the public and private sector, as well as every household and business of every size. As this spring's outbreak developed, Secretary Napolitano stressed the importance of getting timely information out to the public, including the private sector, about the extent of the outbreak, the government's response efforts, and guidance on what the public could do to stay healthy. We found that businesses of all sizes generally had very similar information needs. They want to know what was happening from a medical perspective and what they should do to mitigate the potential impact of the outbreak. DHS employed several strategies to get this information out to the broadest base possible. We held press conferences and phone briefings, sent out email updates, met with various stakeholders, and held a flu summit in July. In each case, we coordinated with HHS and CDC and our partners in the federal agencies. The private sector responded very positively to these outreach efforts. For example, the American Hotel and Lodging Association, which estimates that half of their 11,000 members are small businesses, applauded DHS's updates using the information to inform their membership. When the spring outbreak transitioned to a steady state, DHS worked with the interagency to take advantage of these summer months before the fall flu season to update our planning resources for businesses, schools, and universities. As a result, the federal government has released guidance on for all three of those elements. In conjunction with the business guidance, DHS also created a short, user-friendly guidebook on H1N1 preparedness aimed at small businesses. This guide highlights how to make a plan to ensure their continued operations, steps businesses can take to protect their environment, and steps their employees can take to protect themselves from H1N1. The Small Business Guide is in the final stages of review and will be available at flu.gov soon. To reach America's 30 million businesses, 99% of which are small businesses, my office partners with umbrella organizations that can disseminate updates and guidance throughout their networks. For example, we work with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the National Association of Manufacturers, the National Retail Federation, all of which represent small businesses. My office also regularly works with local chambers of commerce, which are typically comprised of small and local businesses. For example, the Business Council of Fairfield County, Connecticut recently distributed our email update to their 300 members and posted links to flu.gov on their website. This hearing is especially timely given that September is National Preparedness Month. This month we all need to check in with our family, our workplace, and our community to make sure we have a plan to stay safe in an emergency. Good emergency planning will continue to yield returns for small businesses beyond this fall. By preparing for the flu season, small businesses will also be likely to be prepared for other hazards or threats they may face. DHS's site, ready.gov, is another resource for individual and business preparedness information. In particular, Ready Business has a mentoring initiative designed to help small to medium-sized businesses prepare for emergencies. Materials for small businesses include a sample emergency plan, worksheets to help inventory assets and equipment, and information on dealing with employee concerns, facility management, and more. There are also materials to help business and community leaders lead preparedness workshops and training sessions. My senator, the late Ted Kennedy, said, "We do not have to compel citizens to serve their country. All we have to do is ask and provide the opportunity." And this month, we are asking all Americans to help us build a more resilient nation. The opportunity is here. We've provided guidance and planning tools for individuals and businesses to build actionable emergency plans. Now each business and community needs to act on this information. I'd like to also use this opportunity to ask all of you to help us get the word out. As advocates for small businesses and leaders in your communities, we want to work with you to get this information linked on your websites, to get you the tools you need so you can encourage your constituents to take action now. The lines of communication to DHS are open, and we remain committed to an ongoing dialogue with the private sector and this committee on how we can build a more resilient and prepared nation moving forward. Chairwoman Velasquez, Ranking Member Thompson, and members of the committees, thank you for this opportunity to testify, and I look forward to your questions.